Hi everyone, this is Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and you are in the dungeon, otherwise known as my basement. Remember I told you before, this room is storage, so it's really messy. We have camper crap all over, and I have craft crap all over, but we just use it for storage. So, and my husband's treadmill is also down here, and our laundry, and it's just a mess. So, but I did spend some time straightening up down here so I could bring you down here and show you my glass situation. Um, I do have a stash of glass, just like I have a stash of yarn, but it's much smaller. I don't have nearly as much glass, and it's thin, so it stores very easily. But since you guys seem to be interested in seeing how it's done, I thought I would come up with a project and work on it since I'm off work right now. So no judging in my basement dungeon, but I'm going to flip you around, and I might be setting you down and stuff because I'm going to show you the beginning of the process, and maybe we'll just do short little videos as I go along. So let me introduce you to the dungeon space. Here we go. There's my laundry back there, see? Don't look. This is the craft table that I do my glass on. We need a board for cutting, and this one, I will turn it around, but there's a square corner in it. And that, as you build your projects, a lot of times you need a square corner, so it has that. And I cut the glass on this board, or those are cardboards. I don't know, they're designed for cutting glass on. If I'm making a big project, I can spread it out across the whole table. This project that I'm going to work on is not a big project, so I won't need the whole table. Isn't that rose pretty? It's just something to be pretty down here in the dungeon. So this machine back here is a grinder, and you use that to smooth out the sharp edges on your glass after you cut it. Because if you're going to put foil around it, there's two methods of putting the glass together. You either foil it or you use lead. I'm going to be foiling, so I will probably end up using the grinder because you have to press it really tight around your glass, and it's sticky on one side. But if you have sharp edges, you cut the foil. The solder, there's my soldering iron right there. It's very old, but it still works, and that's the controller for it. If you solder is what holds it all together. So if you see this little butterfly, which is also very dirty, I found him when I was looking for glass. I think my son made this or made it with me, and as I said, it is very dirty. It's been in the dungeon, but it's held together with foil and solder. I think he soldered it. So anyway, the solder will not stick to the glass. It just beads up on it, like mercury does if you break a thermometer. The solder will bead up like that, and so you have to not have sharp edges, because where there's no foil, and there will be no solder. So anyway, we're not going to use lead, because this, and I'm going to turn you sideways, so don't mind that, and don't I'll do my best to show it to you without getting too much other stuff. But look at the mirror piece. It's got the eagle at the top, and I'm trying to hide the light because it's going to blind you maybe. And it's kind of like a brass looking thing, and I'm going to work to put something in this surface, not the whole surface, just a part of it, because I'm going to cover it up so that you don't get the glare anymore. So maybe now you can see better. I had promised my husband at one point, we found this, he has a man cave, and I had promised him that I would design something to go in front of that mirror like I did the kids' stuff and that yellow one in my upstairs, and I have never done it yet. So we talked about it. I was also looking at designing something to go in the windows, the other two windows in my dining room. You know, I told you I made that one big glass piece, and it really darkens the room. You don't get as much sunlight even though the glass is all clear. So these things you would just like put in the corners, and then your window is still free. And it could go, you know, like this could go in this corner. It could go in any corner if I wanted to do that. You just flip it around or whatever, like this, the flowers. And I might still do that depending on how long this project takes me. So anyway, I decided to do a star and stripes. Red, white, and blue, stars and stripes. And so it's not going to be square. I think I'm going to, I don't want to, the light's going to be right in your face again. I'm just going to do part of this, put a star, I don't know exactly. I could do the whole thing and have no mirror available. I'm just debating how I'm going to do it. I have to create the star first. And you can't cut a star. It'll have to be in pieces and then put back together, because the glass would break in odd ways if you tried to, you know, cut the star shape out by itself. So the first process is deciding what you're going to make. Then you have to pick out the glass and make your pattern. So I'm going to turn you back around for, well, no, I'm just going to leave you. I'm just going to set you here like this for a sec, because I'm going to show you the glass, but I'm going to put some gloves on real fast, so I don't cut myself before I get started. So, okay, here we go. So I decided red, white, and blue, and I have a couple of glass. This is called wispy. So like yarn, glass comes in different colors, different textures, and different designs in it, and different price ranges as well. Red glass is very expensive. It's the most expensive just plain glass you can buy is red. Red and yellow. I guess they're hard to dye the glass. I don't know, hard to make it. So I broke this one when I was taking it out of the box that I had it in. But I like this for the stars, or for the stripes. You know, if I'm going to do stars and stripes, I would need red and white or clear. And so if I go with the whole glass, that could be a really good idea. I don't know. If I go with doing the whole circle, the whole mirror. Well, let me show you. So I got this white, and it's wispy. You can see that it's called wispy because I'm getting the ding. Okay. How you can see how you can see other colors through it, and the white is just kind of wispy through there. So I have that. Then I have this beautiful blue. And this one has there's like a texture to it as well. And I just totally love that blue color. But I also have this lighter blue. And I like it very much as well. So I have to make a determination. And it's going to, part of the determination is going to be how big do I make the stars and stripes. Then I have this white. Also a lot of texture in there, and you can see color like through, you know, throughout it. If I put it over here, you can see the blue through. If I put it over here, you can see, you know, like the red through it. So I need to determine, and it's different on the other side. This is the bumpy side. If you turn it over, it's smoother. It's still bumpy, but it is not as big of bumps. But then I was thinking clear as well. And this one is called a seed glass because of the little bubbles in it. They call this a seed glass. And I think this is like a watermark or something they call this, waterfall. But the red, which isn't that a gorgeous red, the red glass is the same as the deeper blue glass. They have that water texture to them. So I'm now debating. I don't have a lot. I have a lot of clear because I purchased a lot of clear, and it's not going to take a lot of glass to make this circle. But I'm kind of debating, do I want to go with I don't have a lot of the light colored blue, and the dark blue, that's all I have of it. And I, kind of want to use my stash because I don't do a lot of glass often. So I need to determine, do I want to do the whole circle and do the lighter colors, with maybe a white star, white, either the solid white or the wispy, and then do the stripes in red and the light blue, and clear, the stripes would be the clear glass and the white, and do the whole circle. That way you could still see the mirror behind, because the whole idea of the mirror is that you put it in the light and the light reflects through the glass. So having some clear in there would be a really good idea. And then the star could be in the center, and around, maybe the star in the center. So picture this, tell me what you guys think. The star in the center, and then a white wispy, or either the wispy or the bobble, if I have enough. This is all I have of this, in the center. So blue around, and then surround that by like a blue circle maybe, because the stars in, or square, but I could put blue square. I'm not going to do more than one star in the center, that's for sure, because that would be too little. And then the project takes a long time when you got lots of little pieces. So I'm trying to avoid a lot of little pieces. And I'm sorry if my furnace is loud, but we do need heat. It's cold. So I'm thinking star in the center, even though a clear star in the center would be awesome as well if I've got blue around it. But I really like the wispy glass. And then do the wispy glass, or this one, I don't know. I think you'll get more reflection through this because it's got the, it's more see-through versus opaque. And then I'm thinking the blue, light blue around it, if I have enough of that, because I don't have much of the light blue either. The dark blue is just so pretty. It's just a really pretty blue. And then red. Oh, but I have, if I'm just doing, I don't know. So what do you guys think? Do you like the light blue or the dark blue? Do you like the, I do want to put clear glass in there. So I'm thinking if I do red and then clear stripes around, and I love this dark blue, but you won't see much through it because when it's up against the glass, I don't think you'll get much of a reflection. I don't think you'll see much through there. So if I have enough to use the clear glass, the more clear, around the mirror, I think that could be really pretty. And then use this as the star in the center. I think that could be really pretty. What do you guys think? I'm going to try to design it. I like the idea of actually doing the whole thing if I'm going to use the lighter glass and the the light blue, if I have enough of that, and the clear glass for to surround the stars, and then the red will really pop out because that red is gorgeous. Not when it's up against the brown of the table, but it'll look darker, when it's darker like that. So what do you guys think? So I'm thinking the star, I have to find, I don't think I'll be very good at drawing the star myself. The stripes I can handle, but I think I need to do the star inside a circle because the surface in here is round, inside here. Oops, there goes my lights again, but that's a round area here. So I think if I put the square in, it might look kind of funny. Let me know in your comments what you think. And then I have some graph paper so I can draw it out. And then I will have to, and the graph paper isn't as, I have more graph paper, but because it's not as large as my circle, but I can at least do a planning idea on here. This is something my daughter drew, and she's, Mom, make me this. I remember this years ago. And I said, well, that would be fine, but you can't cut hearts like that in the glass because the glass will crack. I go up. Let me take there, okay. Let me take the glove off. The glass will crack when you try to cut these curves. You can only do so much of a curve, and then the glass will crack, like down here. You got this to here, and it'll crack. So you can make hearts, but they will always, to the best of my knowledge, always have at least one crack in the glass there. You have to put pieces together, and that's how the star pattern will work as well. You can get the points, but where's my star at? It's a really bad star, but they will crack. You can't cut. I'll show you. I'll show you in another video. But anyway, this got to be a lot longer than I anticipated it was going to be. If you stick around, thanks. I will, I think, make a playlist that says showing you stained glass, introducing you to stained glass or something, I think is what I'll call it. And I'm going to really, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm hoping that I enjoy doing it. I mean, I used to love doing it. It's been years since I've done it, so I'm very excited to pick it up again. So next is figuring out how to make the star. And this is when I have everything out. A friend of mine, this belonged to her. It was her husband's. It's a kaleidoscope, and it's broken, and she asked me if I can fix it, and I don't know if I can, but I will give it a shot when it just needs to be resoldered in certain places, I think, as I recall. And so that's why that's sitting over here, because when I get the soldering done out, I'm going to try to work on that and fix it for her. So that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching, and I think I'm going to try doing the whole thing. What do you think? That's what I'm going to start my design at. Let me know in the comments what you think, though, because I can always redesign. And hopefully we can have this done before I have to go back to work. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I gotta take my glove off again, or else I can't shut off my phone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.